I recall first waking up for today around 12:45 in the morning. Then I fell back asleep and woke up around 1:45 in the morning. And I got up for today around 3 in the morning. I recall having 2 full cups of coffee and a partial third cup that was somewhere between a third of the way full, a third to halfway full. Roughly from around 8 in the morning to 11 in the morning. In the morning, I just had coffee, plain coffee, because roughly from noon to 8 p.m. Me and my dad first went to the Thai cuisine restaurant, The King and I, where I got seafood. One of the seafood entrees. with squid, shrimp, and other types of seafood. I got it as spicy as possible. And it was pretty spicy. It made my nose run profusely. I needed a few napkins. And my stomach hurt faintly after eating it. After finishing it, and after eating at the King and I, my dad drove me back to his place. And we were there roughly from 1:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. during which I did more of what I did primarily between me getting my first cup of coffee for today and before me and my dad left to go to the King and I. Work on the current polystyrene drawing project, which in this case was a polystyrene ball that I first drew on to finish organizing my marker tray. And most recently, I've used this project to practice facials. I colored the skin of the face during the mid to late morning hours. And I used the afternoon break to draw a jawline, at the bottom of the face. I recall during the mid to late morning hours, I also colored in the nostrils and the inner mouth. Both of which involve having to be really careful. Teeth tend to be really light. Involving the lightest possible one of the lightest possible Sharpie markers in order to draw them. Yeah, I didn't draw them today, but the other day. Somewhere over the past few days. Roughly from 3:15 p.m. to 8 p.m. Me and my dad were at the Salvatore's we always go to. We went to Salvatore's to watch the football game between the Steelers and the Bills. Though the game didn't really start until about 4:30 p.m. By which time the bar went, the Salvatore's went from its usual amount of crowd Enos with a few people at the bar area to pretty packed. All of the bar seats full and pretty much all of the seats at the dining area full. The dining seat area being right in front of the bar area. The place was pretty packed by the time the game started. And everyone cheered for The Bills. At every touchdown they made. The Bills got a big head start. At first, if I recall, the Bills got roughly 3 touchdowns and extra points in the first quarter, and if I recall correctly, half of the first half of the second quarter. Then the Steelers gradually narrowed the lead to 1 score by the third quarter, but thankfully, the Bills managed to hold on managed to stay in the lead and then expand it during the rest of the game through a combination of the Steelers getting some penalties and some good defense, and then offense by the Bills. Those were my observations of the game. I used this Sharpie marker to draw the jawline on this face, though it may be hard to see from this angle. But I drew that last as part of this face. I have these Sharpie markers out because I plan on drawing another face roughly around this area. I plan on using this Sharpie marker for the skin and these for the facials. And I have plans to make this face female rather than male. In order to further practice facials, since I'm pretty sure this time I've finished reorganizing my marker tray. I don't see any more Sharpie markers that need to be added to it. While me and my dad were at Salvatore's with his friend Andy, I edited the January 14 my dinner video, but I didn't start uploading it because that would have consumed a whole lot of my phone's battery.